Good afternoon guys, welcome back to Ophelia's allotment. We've got a new project for you. This is going to be quite exciting. So I'm going to turn you around and we'll get stuck in. So, this is our new allotment. We took this over on Sunday. What day is it today? It's Tuesday today, yes, we took it over on Sunday. And this is a big full plot on the same site. So we've got to move our allotment, everything over from one plot to the other. We don't have to move far because this is our current allotment. And that is our new one. So we're going to start the process of moving everything over, but before we do that really, I thought I'll give you a quick walkthrough of what we got and what we've inherited so you can see how it's going to look, or hopefully see how it's going to look. Okay? One thing that we love that we've inherited is this big bay of leaf mould on this side and manure on that side. And it seems pretty well rotted down, so that's going to help for what we're going to tell you in a bit. So at the bottom here, next to the bay, we've got a 3.5 foot bed, and up to the edge of these weeds here, that's another 3.5 foot, so two 3.5 foot beds, which is nice. Then from here, we're going to have a little path running down there, and then all the way up here. This is all going to be treated as a half plot in its own right. So we will have a gate here because we are going to fence this allotment. We're not going to have any of that stealing things next year. Oh no. So this will be gated as its own individual allotment. There'll be a gate here, and then we'll have our bean arches. It's going to be beautiful. I'll tell you more about the layout and what we're doing with that shortly. We're very lucky to have established fruit trees. And plenty of currant bushes. I don't know, I can't remember if these are red currants. I remember in summer knowing that one was a red currant because I was really jealous because all of ours at the other plot were black currants. So fingers crossed now. And you do know that if you rub the leaves, then, and they smell like say Ribena or Vinto, then it's a black currant. And there are some with distinctively different coloured leaves. So we've got like an orangey colour, yellowy coloured leaf and a darker green leaf. So see, that smells a bit blackcurranty. Hello, little shield bug. And this one doesn't smell blackcurranty. So hopefully that's a red currant. We've got this bed in the middle, which is 5 foot wide, and the plot is 22 foot long, so 5 foot by 22 foot. It's quite a nice size. Now, a big row of raspberries. You've got some more raspberries here. These are autumn raspberries. So I think these are all summer, and these are autumn. And they look absolutely beautiful, but I tell you, they taste horrific. They're really, really horrid. So I think we're going to take those out. Another currant bush. Again, smells a bit blackcurranty. So if we do find we've got blackcurrant bushes, we may keep just one because the chickens like them, but the rest will go. And there's some rather sorry for themselves gooseberries on the end here. Nice big rhubarb which has been pillaged by the fellow plot holders in the 3 days when it didn't have an owner, this plot, and a couple more currant bushes there. We've got these lovely raised beds. I think we're going to keep these just as they are. I think they were used for onions last year. And we've got a big pot of mint. I think that's seen better days. I'll take that out and repot it, I think. And this bed was asparagus, but as you can see, a lot of it's been taken up. Some plot holders have come and taken what they like. Well, that's okay, we've got a bit here, and that's maybe a crown there, and there seems to be a little bit over there. So, let's see if we get like 2 asparagus spears. That would be great. Crossover. This matting is brilliant, it's a great weed suppressant, but my gosh, it's slippy. There's a nice long bed here. The soil in these doesn't look like it's been very well looked after at all. So we are going to do a lot with the soil on this plot, but we're going to tell you more about that soon. Okay. And then we've got this. Now our polytunnel, which you've seen us setting up in the last video, was going to be what was it? 12 foot by 10 foot? But here, we can do it either 16 or 18 foot. Now I'm thinking going with 16 because 18 foot takes it right up to the edge of the path, and I'd rather have a good space there so we can get a wheelbarrow in with some manure and things if we need to. So that will run basically from this path all the way down to where the bar is there. So that is 16 foot. And we'll have a pathway down the side, and then this here will be our big greenhouse from our other plot. I have to look where my feet are going, it's a bit slippy. And we'll have a cold frame here, and this bed is exactly 6 foot wide, so that will fit our new greenhouse, and it will come out as 6 foot wide by 4 foot, so it's not going to be too big. And another little pathway. Rue is going to be able to bring her excuse me, her Wendy house, doll's house thing up here, so she can have that there. And one thing that we do want to do is we're going to take out all of these wooden edges because they all harbour slugs, and I'm really not a fan of wooden edges. I might leave the ones down the edge because that's easier, but the ones going across, especially with having the polytunnel coming over them, and we'll have a pathway that runs all the way up to the top, they're all coming out. So this was a strawberry bed. We're going to save some of these strawberries, rake up all these leaves and save them, save some of those strawberries, and then get a shed from Free Cycle or something up here. So we've got a new allotment. It's really exciting. We've already drawn up some of the plans, but this is going to be fundamentally quite different to any allotment we've had before. So let me sit down and talk to you about it. Got very quiet neighbours. So right. So this is going to be essentially part 1 in a new series, because we are going to do this plot completely no dig. So that's no rotivating, no digging, no double digging. It's going to be a challenge for us, as I'm sure a lot of you have found with going no dig, is finding the materials to actually create that building of the soil. I'm going to talk to you in a separate video about why we're going no dig, but this is just an introduction to the plot, and I just wanted to say that we are actually going to do this with you. We're going to do this stage by stage. We're going to show you how we build the polytunnel, how we build the earth, what kind of mulches we get, where we get them from, and how we plant, and what kind of harvest we get, our successes and our failures, because I'm sure there will be some. So every time we put a new video up, we will use the line starting a new no-dig allotment. And if anybody has any little tidbits of advice that they want to share with us, then please do feel free to share those. It's going to be good fun. Not so much hard work, because it's not digging, is it? It sounds silly. One of the concerns that I have is I really like digging. I do. It's good exercise, makes you feel strong and gets you out, especially in the winter months. It means you get some stuff done when the ground's nice and soft. But what am I going to do without it? I think I'm going to feel a bit lost. But I'm going to persevere, because there's a reason why we're doing no dig, and I'll share that with you, like I said. But I'm worried about having digging withdrawal symptoms. We want to share every step of this process. I mean, we're going from some weedy beds. There are perennial weeds in here, as well as annuals. And we've got herbs that are a pain, like lemon balm, so we've got to try and get those out. We've got beds that are in desperate need of soil. We've got holes in the ground. We've got things that need transferring. We've got bushes that need pruning. And we've got soil. Bleh, spider. We've got soil to rebuild. It's going to be an interesting process that we do over a period of time, but we're going to keep doing this over the winter. That's the plan. So hopefully, whereas some channels may shut down a bit over the winter, we will keep going, because we've got a lot of progress to be made. All of that needs to come over here. We are giving that up because there is someone on the waiting list, but we don't really need a plot and a half right now. A plot will do us just fine. Full plot. We'll show you where we source our mulches. We'll also use some of the problem solving, such as getting mulches and compost and such like to cover such a big space is a problem. And I think that puts a lot of people off no dig. But we're going to tackle that as best we can, and we'll take you with us to see how we did it and see if it can help you. And if it goes wrong, then you're along with it and you can laugh at us. But if you've got any knowledge you'd like to share with us, any tips to get us started, I know a fair bit in its own right, but anything's always helpful, isn't it? So I'm not going to do much more now. I'm just going to go and start weeding a bed, because we need to get this here, this long thing, and a bit that way, and this bed clear, so that we can start transferring things from over here. But also we need to get in our broad beans, our garlic, our onions and our shallots. The ground had potatoes in last year, so it's all really lumpy. It's not been tilthed out or anything, so we need to rake it out a little bit and even it over, and then we start layering, and that's when no dig starts. So I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to start weeding this bed, and we've got been left loads of turnips. Some are tiddlers and some are, well, not much bigger. Apparently this looks like them, but I don't, and I don't know anybody else who does. So sadly, they are all going on the compost. What can you do? Thanks for joining us. I hope you're going to stick with us for this series. The big hard work is going to have to wait, because I have to wait for Alan to do all the lifting. I was in hospital last week, and I'm banned from doing any lifting or digging, which is fine because we're no dig, for a couple more weeks, and I'm already twitching, but I can walk around properly now, so that's great. So I'm going to get down on my hands and knees and do this. But yeah, when we get to the big stuff, that'll be a better video for you, I think. So I'll see you soon, and thanks for watching. It's been Ophelia's allotment. Please do subscribe and click the like button, and if you want to be alerted of when we're posting videos, so you don't want to miss any of this new series, click that little bell. I'll speak to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.